coming to you live from Uzgon or Uzgen, a town in Osh region, Kyrgyzstan. It is a city of district significance and the seat of Uzgan district. We are here today with day number 2 of the ESL Masters Summer Qualifiers, this time once again for the Asia region. It is the last of the open qualifiers, and I am, of course, your host, Yaku of ZvZ, and with me today is el fabricante de Mario que es famoso como panadero, like _VIP. How we doing, like?
Oh, el panadero, papi.
El panadero.
Yes, as you're saying, welcome everyone. Welcome to day number 2 of the ESL Masters qualifiers, and boy oh boy, it's been a long one here. This is the third broadcast of the day. Earlier, I was casting the Americas qualifier, KSL, and now we are here with Asia Open number 2. And mate, let's kick things off because we have a 12 pool.
We have a 12 pool indeed, coming down here in the bottom left-hand corner map from our red Zerg player on Royal Blood, representing GDA team, representing Japan. We have Vairavana.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have one of the best Zerg players in all of Taiwan, representing the waifus, because you have to if you're a StarCraft fan, really. I mean,
You're obligated now.
Yeah, true. It is Yoger.
With all of the waifu-sponsored events, I would not be surprised.
Yeah, the waifus, the weebs have invaded here. This is the era of, so we have the COVID era of StarCraft, and this is the weeb era of StarCraft, is how I like to think of it. As Vairavana is now currently the best player in all of Japan, and I guess Honmono is maybe putting that up to contention, but the Lings have arrived here with this 12 pool opener. This isn't all in by any means, but Vairavana is looking for some drone damage.
Yeah, even if he gets one, that's gonna pay off for him, but of course he doesn't want to lose his Lings unnecessarily.
Oh, exactly. As he dances back and forth, he does get one drone for his troubles, and it looks like he may be even able to catch these Lings, but no, they barely do get out of those eggs. In the end, the boys once again being pulled. Oh,
one of them will go down, but not the biggest of deals here for Yoga. He still has plenty of drones. He still has a decent amount of health on his hatchery. Queen's about to pop out, and that should just about be the end of this early aggression.
Yeah, exactly. This is going to fend this off in the end. And oh my god, Vairavana was not droning. He is going all in.
You love to see it, or at least I do. Metabolic boost is on the way, and these Lings are going to be zooming across the map. Now, as this game goes on, it's going to be tougher and tougher for Vairavana to break this, but at the same time, he's also got more than twice the army supply of Yoger.
Oh boy, he really does, as the Lings are just banking up back at home. We do have a Ling scout from Yoger, but he doesn't make it into the main base. He doesn't know what is going on. He's droning right now. He doesn't have a bailiness. He's now throwing down some spine crawlers as he realizes what's going on.
Yeah, he saw the creep, and he kind of made an assumption that Vairavana has a base and will probably be droning up, but no, that could not be further from the truth. Metabolic boost did finish up, and all of these Lings are zooming across the map.
Oh my god, exactly. Here we go. Every single Ling is making its way across. The Queens are in hold position on that ramp. We do have 2 spine crawlers on the low ground as well, but there are so many Lings.
Way too many. This is a fantastic choke point to utilize, but there's no energy on these Queens for a transfuse. They will transfuse, but that's not gonna cut it. Not against all of these Lings. The spine crawler can basically one-shot Lings, but how many shots does it take to take out this many Lings?
Exactly. The Queens go down, 3 spine crawlers go down, the Lings as well, and now there are only drones left here for Yoger, and he may be one of the contenders to qualify here tonight, but Vairavana has something to say about that as he's killing me, and he's killing Yoger, Papi. Everyone's dying.
He's killing every Zerg player who has ever faced this style on the ladder. All of the trauma is coming back up. GG is called, and Vairavana takes game number 1. He just trashed his waifu.
He just trashed all over his waifu. GG. Oh, and you know, I do apologize, of course, for a little bit of a delayed start here. Again, we were, you know, just finding some players and trying to piece everything together and get the show going. But yeah, that was a quick game one. It's over before it began, mate.
It really was. I mean, I'm looking at the time. It says like 4 minutes 35 seconds. It felt a lot longer than that. There was a lot going on.
There was a lot going on, mate, and what a way for Vairavana to take a lead in the series, especially because even though we do have a lot of love for Vairavana, he isn't the most accomplished player. I do think that Yoger holds that mantle. Yoger, I want to say, is the overall more well-rounded player, and he is a contender to go all the way and qualify today, I would say. But he's stumbling a little bit here in the first match.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get into if there wasn't a 12 pool in our first game of the day. I was gonna say, oh, you know, Yoger, he was missing yesterday, but I really think he's one of the favorites, maybe even a top 3 favorite to advance from today. He's very much consistently, for the past 2 or 3 years, been a top 6 player in that Taiwan, Hong Kong region, and I think last year he had a breakout where he made it all the way to the semifinals of the Taiwan, Hong Kong regional event. Oh yeah, Vairavana. He's bringing out the power. He's bringing out the power of Honmono.
Yo,
and Japan.
Made Honmono. Now that he's a part of that Japanese region, there's something in the water. You know, he's contaminated the player base there, and now it's nothing but cheese, papi. Ay, ay, ay. As we're getting into game number 2 here, and yeah, Yoger, he's up there. He's the top 2 Zerg player in Taiwan. It's himself alongside Rex. And it would be a really weird thing to not see them both in that next round, but we'll see if he can survive the Japanese Zerg.
Indeed, we shall, as we move on to game number 2, this time on Ancient Cistern. We're in the top right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in that top right-hand corner. We have our red Zerg player going for a gas first. He is going to be representing GDA team as well as the nation of Japan. He is Vairavana.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have his opponent. We have the Taiwanese Zerg player, one of the best Zerg players in all of Taiwan, doing it all for the waifus. Oh, winky face. It is Yoger. And there's a lot that's going on right now.
I can hear. Yep. I can hear that wink, and I don't like it. That's all I'm saying.
Ooh, mate. Ooh, mate. I was casting Smile earlier today. You can imagine how that went. But this is a 13-12 from Vairavana. We do see some hyper aggression. This is going to be another all-in. Very committed with this. He's going to have link speed and a Baneliness behind this as well. But Yoger, with a bit of a counter, goes for a gas pool hatch opener.
Yeah, much more safe this time compared to game number 1.
Yeah, very safe indeed. Not just safe, but also aggressive, because Yoger is also going to have fast gas. With this, he can get into his own defensive Baneliness. He can get into his own link speed as well, and he can punish Vairavana after Yoger defends the initial wave, if he can defend the initial wave. I have to wonder what Vairavana is going to try and do here after he does see the earlier pool of Yoger.
Yeah, he notices the 6 lings already making their way across the map. This is definitely throwing a pretty massive wrench in his plans, but the Baneliness is about to finish up. His initial 4 scouting lings haven't been spotted yet, and could just sneak into the base. That's a lot more lings.
I love this. Yoger, he's racing back home. Vairavana is going to have link speed a little bit faster. He's just going to try and hunt down these lings. Meanwhile, the banelings are already being morphed in across the map. Yoger cannot afford to lose these units. It looks like he will not. Link speed finishes up in 2 seconds, and Yoger has made it back home.
He has, but what does he have to defend? His own Baneling Nest hasn't finished up. Vairavana does not go for the natural base at all. He is going straight for the throat, and he is going straight into the middle with these Banelings. 1 connection, 2 connections, and 6 lings do go down. So drones do go down, and the rest of them are so insanely low. Vairavana now he's making a natural base back home, but the damage has already been dealt to Yoger.
Wait, what is this? Wings of Liberty? Yoger is knocked down to 6 drones, mate. 6 workers. That is all he has. And right now, all that I'm thinking in my mind is, not like this, Yoger. Not like this.
Yeah.
No.
Out in the first round, but thankfully for Yoger, he did remake a couple of lings there, zooming their way across the map because Vairavana went for the natural base. He doesn't have the production right now, or the resources right now, to really match that army supply of Yoger. 2 banelings could save it for him. The queen pops out just in the nick of time, and that's going to help Vairavana out a ton.
It really will. The banelings are going to be finishing morphing in here. Yoger with the pre-split, though. He's morphing in a couple of aggressive banelings here in the main base of Vairavana, but he has spotted this, or it looks like he's seems to have. He wants to try and get in position to defend against this. We do have a couple of lings on the way, but oh, we have 1 baneling wasted already, and now here we go. Yoger's coming in. Up.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if Vairavana was just being safe or he noticed those banelings, but yeah, looks like he has noticed them.
Oh, he's looking for the banelings right now, but they do juke him. They do head towards the larva as well, and oh god, they go for the middle line.
2 good connections, that's all you really need, but 2 good connections is not what Yoger will get. Only 1 drone goes down to that baneling assault, and in the end, Vairavana has held. Yoger was able to buy himself a little bit of time with that aggression. He has caught back up when it comes to the worker supply, but Vairavana is still pretty far ahead when it comes to tech.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, we have a Rotron on the way. Vairavana has been mining more for longer here, so he just has the better economy overall. As a reminder, Yoger was knocked down to only 6 mining workers at one point, so I do like this decision here. We're going to be going into a 2-base all-in from Vairavana, and I don't know if we're really going to ever have enough to defend against these roaches, but we'll see how many roaches are going to be built.
Yeah, that's going to be a major question, isn't it? Because, you know, on 2 bases, how many roaches can you really produce?
And not just 2 bases, but also only 1 gas geyser as well, so we don't have a lot of gas income for that. Meanwhile, we do see Yoger sipping on in, getting a little bit of scouting information, just confirming the lack of lair, the lack of additional gases, but looking at the vision here, Yoger, he did not see the roach warren.
That is a terrifying prospect right now. Now, Yoger, he knows, or he has a feeling that Vairavana is going to continue to be aggressive, but he's thinking Ling aggression is coming his way. He's making safety banelings, he's getting more and more lings, but that is not necessarily what you want against roaches.
Exactly. I mean, lings can get surrounds on these roaches, but we should be seeing some defensive banelings from Vairavana soon at TM to try and defend him against those ling surrounds, as we do see Vairavana just laying siege upon this base. 2 spine crawlers are thrown down. We have our own defensive banelings as well as offensive banelings to be morphed in. Banelings everywhere.
And all of a sudden, I'm feeling a lot more optimistic about Yoger's chances to hold this aggression, but this is still a very potent attack from Vairavana. 1 spine crawler does get killed, not cancelled, and here come the banelings. Every single baneling explodes from both aggressor and defender, but in the end, Yoger, with that defensive advantage and with those ling surrounds, will be able to hold much more efficiently.
Wow.
He is going across the map for a full-on counterattack.
Yeah, Vairavana, all he had to do was split up his banelings, but he wasn't able to, and now he's on the back foot. Yoger's going for a massive counterattack. He is coming back in this game with his own ling flood. GG gets called, and Yoger ties up the series 1-1.
That's how it's done.
Oh.
And I'm not gonna lie, lad, I got very worried for a sec. I thought, oh no, is Yoger gonna get knocked down the first match of the day? But no, Yoger proves once again why he is that top 2 Zerg player from Taiwan and top 6 overall player from Taiwan, Hong Kong. He doesn't fall for the same thing twice. I guess it wasn't exactly the same thing, but you know.
Oh my god, yeah, exactly, and I'm just really impressed that Yoger was able to bring it back in the end. Very impressive stuff overall, and oh boy, I do have to say that Vairavana did slip up a little bit there in the execution overall. Again, if he was just able to split up those banelings a little bit better, he would have been able to maybe overwhelm those lings and end the game straight away, but now we have an ace match.
Indeed, we do. It's a best of 3, as a reminder to everyone. And we should be in a best of 3 for a while. I was going to do math, but...
We shall see. As I'm just glad that it's not over right now. Like, it isn't even about Yoger getting knocked out in the first round. It's just getting knocked out in 10 minutes, you know? I didn't want that. I don't want that fate on anyone, Papi. No one.
Punch into retirement. That's how it usually goes. But yes. Oh man, we are now going to conclude our first round in this open qualifier. It is going to conclude on Dragon Scales. We're in the top left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top left-hand corner. We have our red Zerg player coming down from the land of Japan. And as Han Mono is telling us in the chat, he is Japan. Representing GDA team, we have Vairavana.
It really is Honmono's fault. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have a player who maybe wishes he was from Japan. Representing the waifus, the weebs all over the world, once again going for a gas pool opener. The Taiwanese Zerg, it is Yoger.
That face and that wink is sending me like I don't know how to explain it. Just why? Don't worry. If you don't understand, smug.
If you don't understand, it's probably a good thing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But yeah, we do see a bit of a divergence here. Vairavana is going to come out on top in a way. He does go for a hatch gas pool. He does go for the most standard economic opener that you can go for. Yoger went for a safer opener, but gas first, so he can be aggressive. He can put the pressure on his opponents.
Yeah, it's definitely safer, but it's definitely also a build that gives you a lot of options. The one thing you can't do with a gas pool is have as much of an income as an opponent who goes for a hatch first.
Yeah, and you can already see that in the worker count right now. Vairavana is ahead in those drones, and Yoger is going to be looking to make up for that. Link speed is on the way. He doesn't pull out of gas. Yoger is going to be going for another fast Baneling nest, and he is going to be the aggressor in this game.
Yep. A very, very quick Baneling nest. Let's see if Vairavana is able to defend when the shoe's on the other foot.
Exactly. So this is going to be a bit of a later aggression. Vairavana will have queens available for this, but we'll see if he can piece together what exactly is going to be going on here. We do see Vairavana coming out a little bit ahead in that Ling engagement.
Yeah, definitely not ideal to lose this many Lings in your initial scouting.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Vairavana looking at the Overlord vision, looks like he has confirmed the later hatchery. He was able to confirm that we have a more aggressive opener from Yoger, but he doesn't know it's a gas first. He doesn't know that yet. Queens are going on a bit of a mission here. This is a risky move.
Very, very risky. Now that Vairavana does scout the amount of Lings that Yoger's sending across the map, though, he should be sending his queens back into a more defensive location. But this is Dragon Scales. Yeah. It doesn't take that long for Lings to make it across the map and to surround the queens while they're off creep.
It looks like they're just barely going to get back onto creep. He's going to try to go for a full wall, but the Lings get here just in time. And they get us around!
Man, that queen just a little bit distracted. Does open up a slight gap and allows these Lings to flood on in, get a full surround on 2 queens, taking them out. And taking out everything else, apparently.
This may just be it. The queens go down. GG gets called, and Yoger fights back in this series. After a 1-0 deficit, he pulls it off with a 2-1.
That game was actually faster than game number 1. Yoger was mad. He was angry.
He was angry. GG, well played. Unfortunately, Vairavana was a little bit slow to fully wall off and to recognize what exactly was happening, and we saw that if the wall wasn't a wall of Lings, they just flood in, they surround everything, and there just wasn't really much that Vairavana could have done from that point. GG.
GG. Yeah, just one of those unfortunate situations on a shorter map, or a map with a short rush distance like Dragon Scales, where if you're even a little bit late to scout, if you don't have that complete information early on, you definitely aren't going to have enough. You're definitely not going to have anywhere near enough time to prepare against it.
Oh yeah, exactly. And oh boy, with that, it's a little bit, it's difficult to say, but now Vairavana is knocked out of the qualifiers. He will not be a part of the closed qualifier either. It's such a shame that these big names are facing off so early on in the bracket, and yeah, the best Zerg player, at least from Japan, is going to be eliminated. But at least we do have one representative from Japan. Shout out to Honmono cheering for his boy in the chat. It's really great to see.
Yeah.